Risk-taking is often viewed as something negative, dangerous, or unwise of the person who is deciding to take the risk. And while sometimes risks don't turn out the way they're expected to or wanted to, some do turn out even better than was expected. Overall, there are three possible outcomes from risks. The first one would be a positive outcome, meaning you get what you want or something better, something unexpected. The second outcome would be negative, meaning the risk doesn't pay off or something, it backfires in a way. And the third possible outcome would be nothing happens. So risks are really important in the daily life of any person who wants to progress intellectually or physically. The people often learn from risks, and that's usually why it's considered really important, is mostly like the learning aspect of risk-taking. It can also lead to new paths that you weren't expecting, and opportunities for internal as well as external growth. Risk-taking can also show success and show that you can stand out as a leader. In the novel The Things They Carried, the characters take a lot of physical and emotional risks, and some of them do this specifically to show that they are a leader, to stand out, they want to be a war hero, and they also take risks to save others, to save their friends, and hoping that these will come out with the positive outcomes of you have your friend still, your friend is safe, you're known as a war hero. They also take other risks just to have fun while they're out in the war zones. There's clearly not a lot to do, and a lot of pressure and a lot of negative energy, and so they take a lot of these risks to sometimes just have fun because they figure that nothing but worse could happen. They're already in a war zone. So the risks as a soldier are pretty intense, clearly. They're pretty life or death risks. They also take a lot of risks at love. The main character has his love interest, and he takes a lot of risks by talking to her, telling her about the night that he wanted to tie her to the bed and rub her leg. So, yeah, without these risks, a lot of soldiers would be considering themselves as playing it safe and wouldn't have felt the positive outcomes, if any, that could come out of their situation. Another factor of risk-taking that's really important to take into consideration is success. So success is something that must be pursued by an individual, and risk-taking is a very common and sometimes necessary way to reach success. So you cannot achieve greatness while playing it safe. The most influential people in history, all of them took huge risks, risking their lives, risking their beliefs, but mostly doing this to stand up for those beliefs and what they believe in, and to get their voices heard. Other examples of achieving greatness without playing it safe are very common in Beowulf. So the main character in Beowulf, he's called upon to slay the monster that's terrorizing this town. Beowulf is really confident in himself, which he verbalizes often throughout the plot line of the poem. And so he takes these great risks to slay this monster. He risks his life, he risks his identity, but in the end it pays off because he ends up being known throughout the town as their savior, and he receives glory and fame, which is clearly some things that he was really wanting to pursue in this endeavor to slay the monster. So for him, risk-taking also worked out. Taking risks in the end requires leaving the comfort zone of the individual, which is probably one of the main reasons that risks aren't taken as often as maybe they could be. Not saying that risks should not be thought out if they want to be successful. Risk-taking also helps to overcome the fear of failure, because learning that you can take these risks and get outside your comfort zone and still come out with a positive outcome can help diminish that fear of failing that nags constantly at a lot of people. And it also creates a higher standard for yourself. You feel like you can't back out of things as often, and you realize your potential, and you learn a lot about yourself. So in the end, risk-taking is something that is really important in the lives of everyday people. It's used in the plot lines of almost every great story, but it is definitely something that should be thought out and planned, but it has the potential to turn out very positively.